What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. Today's video is going to be on my best advice for the dark night of the soul. I had a phenomenal meditation this morning. I linked in with a very special spirit guide of mine and received what I believe to be a channeled message for a lot of people that are in the throes of the dark night of the soul. And I really don't hear this talked about on any other channel, this specific place that a lot of people find themselves in while going through the dark night of the soul. So I wanted to dive deep into my best advice for the dark night of the soul, what I consider to be a channeled message by Lightways. Now, if you want to dive deeper into the Dark Night of the Soul, I do have a Dark Night of the Soul playlist, which you can go watch right here. I'll link it in the description below. But let's get into my best advice for the Dark Night of the Soul right now. Let's go. My best advice for the dark night of the soul. Do not feel guilt and shame for where you are in your life right now. Do not beat yourself up for where you are in your life right now. A lot of people that are caught in the throes of the dark night of the soul blame themselves, blame their past actions for their current situation. And yes, of course, previous actions do determine that life-changing chaos that can be happening right now. But guess what? Once you are aware of your part in it, meaning you understand where you were in alignment with fear and incompleteness, aka expressing and acting through the lens of unhealed trauma, well, now you can drop that guilt and self-deprecating shame like a bag of bricks because you are aware of it. Once you are aware of it, now you can heal the trauma that is causing the chaos. So you have to understand that you chose what unhealed trauma you wanted to live through and transmute with love to gain a better understanding of your divine nature before you decided to incarnate. So don't have this perspective that you have to atone for past transgressions, because believing that you have to atone for past actions means that you believe that Source is going to punish itself as you for choosing what Source as you wanted to experience for this particular incarnation. What? No, that's religious programming. That's not unity consciousness, and it's certainly not unconditional love. So don't beat yourself up for now being aware of the lesson, the learning of which and the healing of which will get you onto the path of living the life that you truly want to live. My best advice for getting through the dark night of the soul: subscribe to Lightways. Hit that subscribe button for more Dark Night of the Soul content, how to get through ascension symptoms content, how to open your third eye content, how to astral project content. I had to do the shameless plug there, guys. Follow me on IG. All right, I'm done. But if you do want a helping hand getting through the dark night of the soul, we can work one-on-one together through Zoom. Check the description below for that. But back to my best advice for the dark night of the soul. Once you understand that you chose this timeline shift before you decided to incarnate, and trust me, birthing this new identity through the fiery chaos of the dark night of the soul is definitely going to be a timeline shift for you, then this higher perspective allows you to surrender control, surrender control, surrender control. I'm going to say that 3 times to the dark night of the soul process. This allows you to move through the dark night of the soul with a bit more grace, with the understanding that it must all be for your higher evolution. Otherwise, you wouldn't have chose to experience it in the first place. So go ahead and drop that shame and guilt, Light Fam, for where you are. Heavy emotions are not meant to be carried past the point of understanding where you were in alignment with fear and understanding of the lesson that those heavy emotions carry. So it's okay, sit with those heavy emotions up to the point to where you say, boom, I get it. Now you can drop those heavy emotions because they've already delivered their medicine, and now you are aware of where you need to do the healing. When you focus on the healing, you get more in alignment with love. And your once chaotic external environment all of a sudden becomes less chaotic. Partners, people, places, and things begin to respond to you in a more loving way. Why? Because you're on the frequency of love, which is a frequency of wholeness and completeness of self. You're no longer sending out this needy energy of incompleteness where you're needing to get something from somebody that your external environment, people, places, and things can read off of you, and then they go into a resistant state toward you because you're giving off this incomplete, needy energy. So give thanks for where you are on your journey. Give thanks that you are healing and stepping more in alignment with that love frequency, which then allows you to move through the dark night of the soul process with much more grace and flow. So first we will do quote of the day, and then we will do question of the day. Here is today's high vibrational quote. Now, question of the day. Are you going to drop the shame and guilt for where you are on your timeline today and get through the dark night of the soul with much more grace? Let us know in the comments below. Light fam, I love all of you guys. I will see all of you in the next video. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.